was a very emotional week for us in Jerusalem, starting Wednesday morning when we were awoken to the sound of two massive explosions outside of our window, and of course, finding and reading the devastating news about these terrible bombs that took place in the capital of Jerusalem. And then the opposite side of the spectrum, Thursday morning, waking up to a message from our daughter that she was in labor. And thank God last night she gave birth to a beautiful, healthy baby girl who is yet to be named. We'll find out, hopefully on Shabbat. But what can we learn from this week's Torah portion that relates to what we experienced this week as a people? So we're introduced to Rebecca. Actually, we were introduced to her last week in the Parsha. And this week it mentions Rebecca again. Now Rebecca is the wife of Isaac. She's the one that has been chosen to take over the leadership role from Sarah, the matriarch, which obviously means that she has to be a person of tremendous caliber, a person of great spiritual potential. And we are told about Rebecca, one very simple fact. She was the daughter of Betuel and the sister of Lavan, and she came from Padan Aram. Now, that might be interesting and useful information, but we already know that. If you look in last week's Torah portion, it already told us that her father was Betuel and her brother was Lavan, and she came from Padan Aram. So why is the Torah telling us again these facts? So Rashi, the great medieval commentary, points out that the Torah is trying to actually tell us a message over here. Betuel, our father, Betuel was a wicked man. He was a horrible, evil person. And Lavan, her brother, was one of the great arch enemies of the Jewish people, another terrible person who tried to destroy the Jewish people entirely. And she came from Padan Aram, which was a city known for its wickedness, for its immorality. And even though her father was a bad person and her brother was a terrible person, and she came from this whole city of immoral people, nonetheless, she had the qualities, the greatness, the potential to be the leader of the Jewish people and to take that role and bring the Jewish people into the next generation. And that was what defined her greatness. And that's what it means to be a Jew. And that's how we have to react in times like these, when we're surrounded by people like Lavan and Betuel who want to destroy us, who want to uproot us from our land. We have to know and understand that a Jew knows who they are. A Jew knows where they come from and where they belong. And it doesn't matter what other people say about us, and it doesn't matter what the world thinks about us, and there could be anti-Semitism, and there could be famous entertainers who are condemning the Jewish people and making light of us and joking at our expense, and it doesn't matter, and there could be terrorists around us who are trying to uproot us from our land. None of that matters because we know who we are. And to be a Jew means to identify strongly with Jewish values, to understand the essence of what we bring into the world, the light, the goodness, the holiness, and what we contribute to the world and to mankind, and to hold strong to that, and to be committed to that at all costs in our homeland, together as one united people. And nothing is going to stop that from happening. Not the terrorists, not the anti-Semites. We have to know that about ourselves, and when we know that, we're strong as a people. So we survive incidents like we went through this week, and we survive them, and we're stronger afterwards. And then we have joy, we have simcha in our lives, we have mazel tov, we have nachas. So may we all together be able to share in each other's joy, in each other's simcha, and may we see a time when we won't have these terrible events taking place around us anymore. And may we see a peaceful time in the land of Israel and for the Jewish people around the world and for the entire world. Shabbat Shalom from Yerushalayim.